everyone, it's Elizabeth here from Our Darling Memories, formerly known as Neverland Creative, and I thought I would give you guys a walkthrough of the first quarter in my Project Life album for 2018. I apologize in advance if you can hear my daughter in the background, but I really wanted to get this done and filmed for this week. So here we are with my title page. This is a combination of some professional photos we had done before my husband deployed, as well as a few Ali Edwards story cards. I think this one is from the Time kit, and then this one is from the Lens kit. I might have that backwards though. I think this might be from the Time, or they might be both from the Time. I'm not sure, but they are from Ali Edwards. These large alphas are from Ali's December Daily kit. I believe they were an add-on. And I also saw this little manila tag that someone had done on Instagram. I don't remember who, but they just had the name, the ages of the people in the album, and then a few things of what they were into at the start of the year. And I thought that would be really fun to add. So this is week one. As you can see, I still, I was still a little bit iffy on my Project Life spreads. This is using the Ali Edwards January 2018 Stories by the Month kit. And if you've watched one of my other videos, you know that I have started Project Life a ton of times, but I have never succeeded in really completing more than a few layouts. So for this year, I wanted to give myself a smaller space because I tend to take a lot of photos, but not a lot of photos. It's too much for a 6x8 album, but it's too little for a full 12x12 spread. So these 9x12 layouts are perfect for the way that I memory keep. I usually have quite a few photos and then just a few filler cards. As you can see, I like to include text messages. My husband is currently deployed, so you'll see that pop up in a lot of layouts. So this is for New Year's, and we had a pretty low-key New Year's around here. I was finishing up my December daily, which incidentally is still not completely finished. I am missing the last 3 days, including December. I just was December dailied out, and I figure that I will complete my 2017 December daily when I'm starting my December 2018 December daily, which may or may not work, so we'll see. As you can see, I'm just really getting used to Project Life in this spread. It's a new size for me, and I'm testing out the Stories by the Month kit, and I really like the Stories by the Month kit. I just don't necessarily like how I put it together in this particular spread. It's very dark, and I'm not really a dark person, I have found. Week two has a lot about just the little things in life. I had a comment from Ali Edwards Design and Essie Ruth, which made my week because both of those people are kind of my scrapbooking idols. The January Stories title card is from the 2018 Digital Stories by the Month kit by Ali that I recolored. And some of the other cards are from various Ali Edwards kits that I may have recolored. Sorry, I can't talk today. And I also like to include QR codes for videos about the week. I told myself that in 2018 I would make a review video of all the photos and videos that I took during the week and upload that to my private YouTube channel, and I included the QR codes that when I'm looking through this album I can just flip on my phone, take a picture, and it will bring me right to my my video on YouTube. This was also a week that we were able to watch the game together, my husband and I. This was the, I believe it was the playoffs, yeah. Titans against the Patriots, and yeah. But it was fun because my husband and I were able to text each other during the game, and they don't have a lot of service where he is, so it was fun that he actually got to watch the game for once. Week three was a really fun week, so I used the Ali Edwards Fun Story Kit. I made a promise to myself that I was going to use up all of the Ali Edwards story kits that I have in my stash. So far, I've busted a few, but I still need to work on it. This was the week that one of my college besties came to visit the kiddo and I, and it was just really fun. We went to the doctor's, which wasn't fun, but it all ended up all right. I got a few photos printed from Persnickety. I hit 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which was really fun because I never really thought my YouTube channel would amount to anything. But I'm really excited. I am almost, I think I've passed 500 subscribers this week, so there'll probably be another card similar to this in week 14 or 15. I guest posted on a friend's blog, and that's pretty much week 3. Week 4 is one of my favorite layouts out of all the ones that I have done. This is using parts of the February Stories by the Month kit by Allie. The Today's Goals card is from Allie's Change Story kit, which I believe was in January. And a couple of the wood veneers are also from, I believe, the Change Story kit. I'm not sure. I'm really bad at remembering which cards come from which kits. So if I'm not correct, I apologize for that. I really love how pink this layout is. Obviously it's still in January, so it's not quite Valentine's Day, but I was doing a lot of Valentine's Day prep, and I really love how this story came out. Unlike this week, which I really hate. The more I look at it, the more I hate it. It's just very dark, and I'm not a dark Project Life layout person. So yes, I learned that definitely about myself. This is using some Stitches Twist kit items. The flags are from Stitches Twist. The little word phrases are from Stitches Twist. And I don't mind the items in the Stitches Twist kit. I just don't like the way that I necessarily put this spread together. This was kind of a hard week for me, so maybe that had something to do with it. And it was the week of the Super Bowl, and my team lost, so that was no fun. So this is week 6. Again, a layout that I really like. It's funny that sometimes a really bad week will be right before a really good week. This is using some of the cards from the February Stories by the Month card, as well as a few odds and ends from Allie's kits. And again, I think it's because of the bright colors, the pinks, the greens, the hot pinks. I love that my daughter's snowsuit and the Allie Edwards story card really match almost completely. And yeah, so I was doing a lot of art journaling at the time. I read Kristen Hanna's newest book, which was The Great Alone, and it was amazing. If you haven't read it, you should. Sent out a Valentine's Day care package to my hubby, and the Winter Olympics started, so that was really fun too. This is week 7, and this is entirely made with the Feed Your Craft Hold Tight kit by Brandy Kincaid. And honestly, the colors are a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Alright, so this is week 7, and it's created entirely with the Hold Tight kit by Brandy Kincaid for Feed Your Craft. And honestly, the colors are a little bit out of my wheelhouse. I never really worked with yellows or greens or oranges or anything like that, but this kit ended up working really well with the photos that I had, because as you can see, these are very yellowish tinted. There's a lot of orange and green over here, and it was just really fun to use something that was a little bit hard for me, and I really like how this one turned out. Alright, so this is another week that was hard in real life, so I think that really had something to do with how it came out in Project Life, which is fine. It shows, you know, life, so that's always good, and I do have my stories documented. I did my first story album layout, which is from the Allie Edwards Story Kit fabric, all about my husband's uniforms and everything like that. This was also the week that we almost had a break-in, and so that kind of, yeah, that dampened the week a little bit. But moving on, we have week 9, and this is probably my favorite layout ever. in my project life or anything that I've ever done. I love the yellows. I love the pinks. This is created using some of my stash. I believe the title card is from Felicity Jane, one of their old kits, and then the rest of them are from old Studio Calico kits from around, I would say 2015, 2016, something like that. And then the little embellishments are from one of my Citrus Twist kits. So I really love that I included some of my daughter's artwork. This was really centric on her. As you can see, all the photos are about her pretty much. And I really liked adding so many things that were pink and girly, and you know, that was great. Alright, so week 10 was the first week of March, and first full week of March actually, March 5th through March 11th. And the title card is from the March Stories by the Month kit, and then the rest of them are just items from my stash. So this is a Hold Tight stamp from Brandy Kincaid for Feed Your Craft. This is also from that same kit. And the rest is pretty much from my stash. As you can see, this is where I went enamel dot crazy. There's literally an enamel dot on every single one of these cards except for this one and this one. So, oh, and this one. Alright, maybe I didn't go as crazy as I thought I did. There are a few cards that don't have enamel dots. But yeah, thankfully I have learned how to kind of limit my enamel dot usage, which is good. This is not probably my favorite spread, but I like how it turned out, so that was good. This is week 11, I believe, yes. So this was the week of Day in the Life, and I have never completed a Day in the Life before, and I completed it this year, and I'm so proud of myself. The regular layout is just things from my stash. This was a really light and airy layout, and since this was the week of Day in the Life, I have a lot of DSLR photos. I also used quite a bit of vellum, which ended up not really standing out as much as I had hoped they would. I think this one is really the only one that stands out, and you can read what the vellum says without really straining to see it. This doesn't work, and this kind of gets lost as well. But I like the way that this kit, that this layout turned out. This is really fun, a little bit out of my wheelhouse. I added these fluffy little ribbons and lots of chipboard pieces from my stash. So for the actual Day in the Life, I used some 6x12 inserts in 3x4 format, and then a whole 6x12 without any actual page protectors. And for this, I used a combination of last year's Day in the Life kit by Allie and then this year's Day in the Life. So I believe the hours are from last year, and then the categories are from this year's kit. So this was a really fun project. I've never actually completed a Day in the Life before, so that was really fun. I didn't go through all of the day with photos and everything. As you can see, I skipped from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock, but I did well enough that I'm really proud of what a good glimpse I gave of my day, so that was really nice. And I really did like the fact that I combined both of those kits for not only the hours in the day, but also some certain things that that make up my day that I might not have actually put into my Day in the Life if I would have just been doing hours. So like my music or the work or clothes, I probably wouldn't have taken pictures of those things if I would have just been doing it by hours. And then I also have this really big insert that has all of my journaling, which comes from a blog post on my Our Darling Adventure blog, which I will link down below. And I just added a few elements to that, and I really love how this page turned out. I really like having a 6x12 insert in my 9x12 album, so I'm definitely going to try to do this again when I have a longer story. Alright, so this is week 12, and this is solely using my Kelly Bangs Creative Documenter kit, and I really love the patterns in this kit. I was recently accepted to her design team, so I'm excited to